Okay, so now we're going to be talking about editing your shot list. Once you finalize each shot in your storyboard for a specific scene, you can click this button here, which allows you to generate start frames. We're not going to do this yet because before we spend the money to generate start frames, it'll be roughly 1 to 2 coins per start frame. We want to make sure that we actually finalize everything happening, right? And we're actually happy with what's happening inside of each shot. So this is how we edit our shot list. We can click this pencil icon in the top right-hand corner. It's right next to that trash icon. Don't click that. That'll delete the shot. We're going to talk about that in the next session. When you click this pencil icon, it then opens up the ability for you to edit every single part of your shot. Your action is the action that's going to happen inside of the video for this specific shot. For this, it says Danielle sits on the edge of the bed looking down with a pensive expression. Maybe instead of her sitting on the edge of the bed, I want Danielle to be laying in the bed. Danielle lays in the middle of the bed, looking up at the ceiling with a pensive expression. So this is now dialogue. There's different types of dialogue types. Spoken means that it's spoken out loud by the character on screen. You'll see their lips moving. Then there's internal monologue, which is when a character may be on screen, but instead of actually having their lips move and them speaking out loud, it's going to be an internal monologue where the viewer can still hear them in their voice speaking, the same voice in the director's notes, but their lips won't be moving. So this could be when a character has maybe a thought or something that they're kind of saying to themselves, right? Then there's voiceover, which is when typically you'll have the narrator voice come in. This is going to be someone who's not on screen, not present visually in the scene, but their voiceover is going to come through here. Now, for this, we're going to keep it as spoken. Then we can actually change which character is speaking to. So we can change any character to be the person. Now, it gets a little bit confusing because if I bring in, let's say, one of the characters here in this film is Santa. So if I bring in Santa to speak, but he's not on screen, that could be an issue. So that's what we'll want to pay attention to, that we're making sure the character who's speaking is, if it's spoken, that they're actually on screen. Next is camera notes. So it gives you essentially what's the camera movement's going to be, camera angle even for the specific scene. I'm going to keep this how it is. And then we can select a duration for the shot. We can do 4, 5, 6, 8, or 10 seconds. I'm going to keep this to 4. I think, let's do 5. Make sure we have enough time for that to breathe. I'm going to also keep the dialogue the same, but we could change the dialogue here too. The movie machine automatically generates all this for you, right? So this shot, all these shots were automatically generated for you. We're just going in and editing it and make sure we like what it says. Sound cues is going to be the background noise and music if present. I like this. Muffle, distant city, quiet room with soft breathing. So now we have the cast design and props. Bedroom bed looks great. Presidential bedroom is also good. We don't really need the White House scene here. I think this is actually kind of an extra scene setting placed in by Movie Machine that actually could be harmful. I don't think we need this. And then, of course, we have our main character here. So we're ready. We finalized this shot. And later on in this session, we're actually going to see what these start frames look like. But before we get there, we're going to actually dive into our next session where we're going to talk about how to edit shots within a scene, move around shots, delete shots. I'll see you there.